I have been doing this for over than 70 years now, ever since I was 10 years old. And since 1974, I had my own workshop. I've been here for the last 2 years. I used to be further down in the main street. That's where my workshop was, and I moved in here 2 years ago. This used to be my storeroom. I used to keep some of my material here, and I used to work with my son to our previous workshop, but after we had to move here, my son decided that he won't follow me because anyway the business was not doing very well because of all those factories now and the import of candles. So I'm just here spending my time. I'm not really busy. It keeps me preoccupied. My clients usually want to buy candles that represent like a part of the body, because in Cyprus we have this tradition. For example, when one person is sick, he has maybe a cancer in his stomach, and then one of my clients wants me to make him a stomach-like candle shape. So they take it to the church and they ask for help. I start with this thread here. I put several threads hanging with a little bit of distance from each other. And I fill this tube here with a very hot candle, and I just dip the thread inside. I let it dry and then I dip it again until I get the size of the candle that I want. And first I do this with like 5 or 6 threads, and then I will start working on another set of threads, and by the time I'm done with let's say 10 sets of threads, the first one is already dried, so I start dipping the first one again. And so most probably people who want this kind of candles will apply to factories or will import them, or because they won't be able to find custom-made candles like this anywhere else. I really enjoy everything I do. I love my job. I enjoy making candles for the church. I enjoy making candles of people who want to take them to the church, like the body-shaped candles. I've been doing this for so long that I really love every single detail about my job.
My father started this work when he was a young man, 10 years old start. He was in a village in Garmi. He learned a little there. After he removed down to Kyrenia. 20 years old, he opened his own business in the town. Started making boots, making shoes. By the tax invited in Cyprus, we removed this site. And he started the business in Nicosia. He was with 10 pounds on his pocket, you know. He continued to make it bigger. I worked with him after. We make this small business, and he died before 10 years old. But he worked very hard to his life, you know, doing this work. And I continue this work. It's better to have something handmade, you know. We like it, we make it. They chose the leathers. I take a measurement. After I will find the last of his size. I have to measure everything here and here, how high I step, the width and everything. I take the model, I have to make the model for him. And I cut it, I stitch and everything. I finish in a week time, for example. The handmade shoe has been done, is making by one in a day, in 10 hours. I give a time, 2 weeks of time to make a pair of the shoes for the customer. So when I have more time, I make the repair. Most of the people today of the crisis, they repair the shoes, you know. They don't throw away. Even 10 pounds, even 20 pounds, they repair it because they don't have the money to buy new.
Ο μέτριος είναι μόνος του, εντάξει. Ο ένας ο σκέφτος είναι του αλλού, του γαΐ. Έχει ελευθερία, κοίταξε, που αγγέλια.
Aquela que de uma vaca hasta de manocaje y el cusco te temera na 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 a tu muy mecho mira na 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 na. Jejuka, sani sana domashka, sani sana domashka. Akalesti de bala, de jomida to chukar vai de bla. Akalesti de bala, de jomida to chukar. Nadara, geraja que chora bla. Nalela, que sasaba budroma. Oi camer, me camal, palate mai merau. Nadara, geraja que chora bla. Mega mal, palate mai merau. Nadara, que era ya que chorrabla. Palate me merau de me merau, no malasa me quelau de me quelau, ai tu rovnie so cameze, anca me ste diare ste. Ai nu malasa mekelau de mekelau. Ai tu romnie sokames de sokames. Ankames de diares de
I started as a helper to my father, who used to do this since 1950, and then ever since 1960 I took over. In 1950, my dad would sell this coffin for £2. So this is the original design that they used to do in Cyprus 100 years ago. In the old times, people were poor. They couldn't afford to buy it. So they would put the dead person inside, they would carry it to the cemetery, they would take him out, put him in the grave, and then take the coffin back to the church and use it over and over again for all dead people. So in rare cases, some people would order like a better one so that they wouldn't have to use the one that was already there in the church. It was only people who could afford to do that. It might take me up to 2 days to finish this one, but I work on like 2 or 3 coffins at the same time. So while I let one get dry, I'll start working on the other one. So and it depends on the size, on the design. I start with the frame. I buy the frame, I buy it ready, so I just assemble the frame first, and then I start putting the fabric inside the frame, and then I'm going to start working on the decoration. Most of the material that I use is made in Cyprus. For example, for the material that I use to make the frame of the coffin, it is made in Cyprus, but I do not make it. I buy it ready, I just assemble it. The plain one, it's the cheapest one, and I use like plain material to do this one. So that the difference is just in the design, the material, and the price, of course. I do make custom-made coffins. Usually Cypriots do not exceed like 1.95 meters of height, so I have like a standard size. But in rare cases where someone is really tall and I have to make a bigger coffin, I'll do that. Or for overweight people, I have some ready coffins in the back storeroom, so I have them ready, and whenever I need one, I just take one of those. The last 10 years, due to the import of coffins, I haven't been working as much. I used to have a helper, but due to the drop of business, I'm alone now. I work alone. I think that no one will take over, so after I'm done with this business, it's just going to stop. There will be just importing coffins. It's not because younger people are not interested in learning how to make coffins, it's just because of the imports. It's easier and it's cheaper to just import coffins rather than make it.